A chain is an assembly of more than two connected pieces. Each of these pieces is called a link, and each of these links is essential for the chain to serve its purpose. Chains move things, carry things, prevent things, hold things. They are a part of everyone's everyday life. This is a movie about our most important chain, the Audi supply chain. Chains can be so simple. Ours isn't. An Audi is a digital platform that consists of millions of different parts, made out of hundreds of kilograms of different raw materials spread across the periodic table and the world. And every one of those raw materials has different supply chains itself, with up to 9 stages before they come into direct contact with us. To get this more tangible, we at Audi contract more than 14,000 suppliers around the globe. That variety brings an enormous level of potential to develop the best products and services possible, and it comes with huge responsibilities to manage and enable this entire chain. In an era of climate change and globalization, we felt it was time for some changes in the chain. Today, we focus on 3 pillars for more sustainability: environment, people, and innovation. We're making it a top priority to save resources and reduce our supply chain emissions. For example, in the downstream production process alone, we've saved more than 335,000 metric tons of CO2 on balance in 2020. How? We launched our Audi CO2 program in the supply chain. With this program, we strive to improve the carbon balance in the supply chain even before our vehicles complete their first kilometer on the road. Because we know that the use of green energy is a key factor in mitigating climate change risks, our program includes the use of green electricity in battery cell production, and we are starting to rethink linear supply chains by closing material loops. Where appropriate, we promote the use of secondary materials. An example is the aluminum closed loop, established in 2017. High-grade aluminum scrap is fed back into our material supply chain. This process alone saved more than 165,000 metric tons of CO2 emissions in 2020, with a rising trend. We work together with local initiatives where we strive for water stewardship in our supply chains. And we are getting better at understanding our role in local and global environmental challenges, which means we are making our contribution to closing in on our overall goal to become completely CO2 neutral on balance. Respecting human rights is a key priority for Audi. We are involved in various initiatives to drive new standards and to create tools that place the spotlight on the well-being of the people working in our supply chain. Human rights and social standards are set throughout our supply chain, even down to the extraction of raw materials that need to be obtained under humane and sustainable conditions. Progress through technology is our DNA. This is why we use new technologies to further increase transparency and traceability in our supply chains. New technologies like AI will help us to react faster and even more responsibly towards sudden incidents or changes. Through innovative approaches like the Audi Act for Impact program, we foster a positive impact by working hand-in-hand with our suppliers. After all, a chain is no stronger than its weakest link. That's why we care for each of the 14,000 links in our supply chain. Because linked properly, this chain can drive change.